Alright, here we are. Yep, it's mining mornings. It's mining mornings, and we are going to mine.
Welcome to the INSOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Drake Buccaneer. I got a buck. Let's load that in. Let's see what did I lose. Oh, I still got the caterpillar. Got a Drake vulture here. Cool. I pledged that yesterday. See what other goodies they got for me today. That's it. And the dogs are going at it. Let's see, what am I at for my Asgard?
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
See if I can go today without getting decapitated by my Asgard.
Goodbye.
Get on out of here. Oh, I bumped the throttle. uh, Pyro Gateway.
Shields offline. Quantum drive is now on.
Yep. This is the point where we just wait while I go through quantum to Pyro Gateway. It's these are long trips, man. Hey, Beard. Beard's my only follower right now. He's my only viewer.
Quantum fuel is at 75%. Quantum drive is now
Head
on.
on over here to Pyro and refuel
Quantum
before we
drive
go
is
into.
now off.
We're gonna refuel the Pyro Gateway before we go into Pyro.
Shields online.
trash around here.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Quantum fuel is at 100%. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised. Shields offline.
Oh, someone's opening the gateway for me. Very nice of them.
Shields online. Shields offline.
Here we go. I was about to say this doesn't usually get old, but yesterday it got old. I went through this thing like 6 or 7 times yesterday. Just like that, we should be in Pyro. We are, we're in Pyro.
Quantum drive is
Here,
on.
stop.
Is now off.
Set course for Ruin Station.
Quantum drive is now on.
Long trip. It's a long trip. That's how far I gotta go. Yep, it's a long way.
Quantum fuel is at 25%.
25%, oh no. It's mining mornings. So guess what we're gonna be doing this morning? Guess what we're doing, doggies? Guess what we're doing, Harley?
Drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing? You see a bad guy. I'm in a freaking Asgard, and I'm not gonna be able to take on a bad guy probably in an Asgard. It's a dropship, not a fighter. Oh, thanks, Antonio.
Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thanks for the follow. Welcome to my stream, guys. It's mining mornings. It's mining morning, so that's what we're doing today. We're mining. Not yet. I'm about to. I had to come out here to Pyro to get my prospector. We're at Terminus, and we are going to be mining very shortly. Yeah, Sith Lord says he saw a bad guy. I saw him too, but I'm not going to try to fight him in an Asgard. I'm going to try to run, probably, because I've killed many Asgards while I've been flying my fighters, and really an Asgard is no match for them. Yeah, keep this chat going. Let's see how long we can keep this chat going. I need to chat. And you know what? If you want to help me out, you can you can hit the subscribe button down there. That would be really cool. But you know, you don't have to. If you subscribe, you'll be the #2 subscriber on my channel. So there's that. Alright, we're gonna store this ship because I can't mine in an Asgard. That's my Asgard. Look, it's all beat up and shit. Because I'm rough on my ships. Let's go ahead and store this bad baby. You're constantly buffing. Yeah, but Star Citizen's going really well today so far. We'll see. We'll see. The servers are whack this week because there's free fly until July 14th. I think it's July, so for like 10 more days. There's free fly, so the servers are going to be kind of wonky, I think. I'm going to go get my stuff from yesterday that I refined. Go ahead and pull that out. Let's see something. I gotta see something. Ooh. Delete that shit. This is golden Terranite. Okay, we're gonna put this in storage. I don't trust putting it right into the Asgard right now because the other day it stuck to my daggum. Stuck to my cargo grid. And I couldn't deliver it. So it was kind of whacked out. Bed logged on your ship, I see. That's cool, you know. Sit around and watch my stream for a while, and then when you're ready to jump back into Star Citizen, that's pretty cool. Star Citizen is the game to play. This is the time to be playing. It's really coming along nicely. Let's see, where do we want to go? We want to go to the entrance and call in my prospector. Why was my prospector still being moved to storage? Why? I'm in my Asgard. Well, well, well. It's all good. I'm curious about something. Still being moved to storage. Huh. I might have to log later to fix that. Oh, thinking about it. Let's do this. There, join me on Discord. Come visit my Discord server and check it out. It's brand new. There's not a lot on there yet. Never mind loading again. What do you mean, never mind loading again? I don't understand. Alright, now it's time to go mine. Oh, your internet? Oh no. I hate bad internet. Contact received. Well, I'm gonna steer clear of that. Don't want any contact while I'm in a prospector. That's where we're going, Terminus. I'm gonna go up here and do some mining. Aim right over here. Now we begin the long descent to the surface of Terminus. Takes a minute or so. Bear with me. And we're going to go down here and mine some stuff. You still with me, Antonio? Your internet too bad. $130. We're gonna go on heading 130. See what we can find. See what's over here. We got an unknown signal. Bet it's some rocks we can mine. Mine. There they are. Look at all those beautiful rocks. What secrets do they hold? Ooh, Stellarin right off the bat today. Hell yeah, let's get that. Let's get that.
Warning, power critical. Shields under attack. Extraction mode on.
Alright. Oh, that one's only got 0.61 Stellarin. What we got here? 1.79. Where's all the Stellarin? .64. I already forgot what heading we were on.
Fracturing mode on. Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical.
Pack that baby and get to Stellarin.
Power critical. Shield under attack.
What do we got here?
Suppression mode on.
There we go. 42.56. We want that. What's this one? Oh, see what I'm seeing? Damn it. We got a bed log. This is a bust. I'm not picking anything up.
Engines off.
I'm gonna lose that Stellarin. It wasn't sucking anything up. It's a bug. It's bugged. Lie down. Log out. We'll go to an Asian server, see if it's any better over there. See if we have any better luck on this server. Unfortunately, my Stellarin is gone. I'll bet I'll have to find more.
Hello, how can Miss help you today? Systems on. Landing gear up.
All silicon. Ooh, we don't want none of that yet. Maybe when base building comes. Terranite. Yeah, I'll probably take that. No, it's only 21% Terranite, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Gold. Take some gold. This first. Toolin, maybe? Please? Nope. Let's break this one open and get some gold.
Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Extraction mode on.
Where you going? Where you going? Come back here. I want to suck you up. Damn rocks. Running all over the place. There we go. Get that. Yep, now we're sucking stuff up. I don't usually mess with these if it's under 30% or something. So those low percentages, I'm not picking those up. That one's 83%. Hell yeah. Get that bad baby. Alright, I saw another signal here somewhere. Where was it? There it is. That Terranite. Yes, more Terranite, but that's too big to break. I can't break that rock. I need to start messing with gadgets. Where are you going? Where are you going? Damn it. Oh, you're just quartz. Screw you. Go on over there.
Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on.
Well, can I extract this one or not? Yes, I should be able to. There we go. Ooh, percent Terranite. Very nice. Yes, please.
Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Shield under attack. Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on.
Alright, that's enough of that. Let's see what we got elsewhere. Gold, it's too big to crack though. That one's gold, but it's only 20% gold. I'm not gonna mess with that. No, it's Terranite. That might be worth it. %, gold. Yeah, we're gonna go for that one probably. Exolite. Exolite's good. Like we're gonna go for the gold. it's all running away from me. Ah, come back.
Warning. Storage full.
Storage full, baby.
On. Mining mode off. Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
28 SU, good materials. Good.
Mining mode off. Shield off.
Set course for Ruin Station.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Shields on.
Like I hit that imaginary door there. It's not the proper way to do things. I'd like to exit the ship, please. That was bizarre. The daggum stairway didn't go down all the way. Or ladder. That was a ladder, not a stairway.
Welcome to the A-Block Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to the exhibit again. Goodbye.
Come on, lag. Still game. Oh, golden tab. Four eight six 7 5 5 6:35 a.m. 13 hours and 21 minutes. We got 845 gold at 1455 Terranite. Doesn't seem like very much. But I want to check on something. See what the status of my Asgard is.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
Stored. Okay, good.
Please visit us again.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't set our spawn. Let's go do that right now. Waking Panda on TikTok says, mining on Pyro, brave man. Nah, you know what? I'm less likely to get killed in Pyro than I am in Stanton. This way. Some might call it brave and some might call it foolish. Some might just say, look, I'm just trying to do business here. Trying to do some business. All right, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some coffee. I'm back.
Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you for following me, man. Welcome to Mining Mornings. We do mining in the mornings around here usually. I'm not even awake yet. That's how early it is. Gotta get my coffee. Got my coffee. I'm back. Hope no one went anywhere. Hey, John. Not adding you on Discord though, pal. If I added everyone on Discord that, like, bugged me to join Discord, forget it. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, help! Help me! Where's all the Stellarin Dutch? Let's hit this lone rock out here in the middle of nowhere. Just a festinite? Really? And this group of rocks. Bexalite. No, not enough. No, not going for borace. Not gonna do it. That's, that rock's too big to crack. That one might be worth our attention. No, not going for borace. Alright, looks like we're gonna go get this gold. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's keep heading due north. Some coffee here. A lot of barrel here. Not buying it. Some Vexilite. It's worth getting. And some gold. That's worth getting. No, no, it's not. It's not 30%. A lot of barrel. Very nice, but it's not to worry with. Okay, looks like we're gonna get this Vexilite over here. Whoa! Get away from here, that's gonna blow. Yeah, it's blowing. If there's anything left. There's a little bit. I'll take it. Or ace and barrel. And quartz. Gold. I'll take it.
Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Construction mode on.
Hello. What's up, old school?
How you doing?
Oh, you know, it's mining mornings up in here. Although yesterday it was like mining all fucking day.
Yep.
But it's mining morning, so I'm out trying to find some Toolin. What are you doing? How are you? How are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I need to sign in as Geezer. I've got an order ready.
An order for mining?
Yeah, in Pyro.
Yeah.
Remember the other
Nice.
day, the stuff we mined the other day?
Yeah, yesterday morning. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no, it was the
yeah.
day before yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that stuff is
Nice.
ready.
Nice.
I have to log in as old school to see what the stuff I got from last night's scavenging session.
And I
just
got,
dawned on me that I got that stuff.
yeah.
When I took Gopher out, he can't fly.
Gopher can't fly?
Yeah, it's told us crap that on
Oh,
the
that's right. Yeah, that sucks.
So I was helping him out last night, Grandulus and I,
Yeah, good
but
stuff.
it wasn't.
Dude, I made affiliate yesterday.
You told me I was on
So
with you yesterday
happy.
morning. You told me.
So happy.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Didn't
You
take
can
me very
now-
long. It took me 2 months to make affiliate. Some people do
That's
this
cool.
for a year and they don't make affiliate.
I guess you got to be on every day.
Yeah, I'm on every day, doing my thing. Try to be on every day. But now I got no pressure, you know? There's no pressure to make affiliate anymore.
There was pressure to make affiliate. Why?
Well, you know, it's like, am I gonna get enough viewers today? You know what I mean? That's all. Terranite. Ooh, I want it. Everything feels like pressure to me, man. I got PTSD.
Uh, I don't have to do all of this. I'm in Stanton. I just need to see did I set my spawn to ruin. I think I did.
Yeah.
Just gotta check that. That's the case. I'm just backspacing and heading back.
There you go. Do your thing. First thing I found today was Toolin, and then there was a bug that wouldn't let me suck it up. So I had to bed log, and of course when I logged back in, the Toolin was gone.
Of course.
Yeah.
Patient
So
check.
that kind of blew chunks.
This registration. Okay. Going clinic. Yep, that's where I want to be.
Yeah,
On
buddy.
my way. The NPCs are going off about this region stuff. It's so funny.
I know, it's like I spent a lot of money on this and now you're telling me it may not work. Wah, a bunch of Karens. It's funny.
And the funny thing is, it started out just in the planetary hospitals.
Yeah,
And
now
now
it's
it's up in the station.
yeah. Funny stuff. Bexolite. I'll take some Bexolite.
All right. I think the first thing I need to do is claim my ship. See if it's here or not. I know it's not because I flew it through the wormhole.
And yesterday I was getting hit by every bug known to man. I had Gopher rescued me twice. I gave him 150,000 credits.
I didn't have. The only bug I had was I couldn't. When the hell I want to get out of here? I couldn't scan.
Yeah?
I couldn't ping and I couldn't scan and if I couldn't do that I couldn't do the missions that I wanted to do.
Right. It's a pain in the
'Cause
ass for real.
I wanted to do the ambush missions, but if you can't scan or ping, you ain't ambushing no fucking body.
No.
I finally got one to hit. And I got a raft for 30 SEU of gold.
Yeah.
And that's when Gopher got on and wanted me to come help shuttle him around to do bunkers so he can get stuff for the org.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I need to claim my ship.
Alright. Ruin station. Got another full load of golden Bexelite. Shit.
All right. 5 minutes on the Valkyrie. You can't buy shit here. Ruin doesn't have anything.
I know. I'm gonna make it my home though anyway. Because it's where I always start my day out.
I have to see what Black and CTE and them are doing, but chances are it'll be here at Checkmate.
Checkmate. I might make it checkmate or obituary.
Checkmate has more amenities, if you could call them that.
Amenities. It's got
Yeah.
more amenities.
If you can call it that. But I gotta go to obituary. I haven't spent a lot of time in obituary. I haven't checked their shops, but I'm pretty sure they're all the same. But
I
don't
think
know.
it's the same as checkmate for the most part. Okay, where's my hang?
And it won't give me a hanger yet. I got 5 minutes. Let me see if I can pull a fast one. I'm gonna go out to menus. I want to do something.
Hello.
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 Hello, Twidget.
Widgets.
How's it going, guys?
It's going
All
good,
right.
man.
How about you?
Oh, not too shabby. Still, dealing with the traumatic outcome of the parade yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You. It was hard on you, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sucks.
It was like 4 hours just sitting here gritting my teeth.
I'm sorry.
Remember, it's a really big parade, and it represents like all kinds of different cultures, and that's all wonderful.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many, South Korean cymbal bands I have to listen to before I just want my head to explode.
Yeah.
And not to be negative toward other cultures or anything, but is not singing in my book.
I hear you. Sounds like gibberish.
And I'm sure that's perfectly wonderful performances, in that culture. But just I'm not of that culture, and after 4 hours, I was just ready to pull what remains of my hair out and just call it a day.
Yeah, there's cultural fatigue, you know. I mean, you can only take so much of it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we've always been very multicultural here, and
Yeah.
especially in this city. We're
That's
a bit
cool.
of a gateway city to the prairies, so we have
Well,
all kinds of them here.
I grew up in New York, and we're multicultural, literally, and everybody's got a holiday and everybody's got a parade. So it's almost every other month there's some type of parade or some type of thing going on. Some of them are really good.
Are you talking New York City?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I knew that you were based somewhere around there. I thought you were from like New Jersey or something.
Nope. New York City, Queens, New York.
New
New
York
Jersey is
City.
New York City is like the beacon. It's the port. For anything that's not on the West Coast, everybody comes through New York, or at least used to. Ellis Island, and all that crap. That's where the immigrants all funnel in through for the most part.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think New York invented the idea of having like, little Chinatowns and little Italies and all of these, sort of compact culture areas in one city. And that's crazy. It's all your fault.
Yep. I take full responsibility.
Your freaking fault, man.
Some of them are actually really, really good. The West Indian Day Parade. My God, woo!
We have a,
Even Cinco de Mayo. That's even a good one.
well, we have a cultural festival here, like once a year after the Stampede, which is currently on right now. And they have it's one of these things where we have this big giant island downtown, and everybody goes off the island, and they all have like these huge cookouts, and there's Jamaican foods, and Thai this, that, and the other thing, and Vietnamese that and the other, and oh my God, it's huge. Um, and it's crazy to go down there. I can't understand a word anybody's saying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's on me, but still, it's difficult. If you're trying to, get information about something like, what's that? And they're just like looking at you like you just crawled off planet Mars. It's like, okay.
Well, it's not really on you. I mean, learning freaking other languages is son of a bitch. I've always had a hard time with it, but I mean, if we want to understand what they're saying, we got to learn, of course. But I mean, I don't know. People in Europe would have a different take on it than I do because everybody in Europe speaks like 5 freaking languages. But
Because
I've
they're all up
always
on each other.
struggled.
They're all up on each other. They're forced to.
Yeah. I don't know how it is in Canada, but in America, it's like very rare to have people that understand more than one language.
Yeah, I know a little Spanish only because I hung around a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans.
Yeah.
So, and we had them in our neighborhood. Well, I was in their neighborhood. They were there first.
I know a little Spanish. I
I
know a
know on
little
the
Arabic.
coastal areas, a lot of Spanish is spoken in the States. Um, because a lot of people come up from Cuba on one side, and then on the west they've got people coming up from Mexico, and they've got people coming from the Philippines, and so on and so forth. But there's all these different sort of Puerto Rico is all part of that. Right? There's all these different language, and they're all very port based, so very
Yep.
regional. Like somebody in I don't know South Dakota, probably not going to speak Spanish.
No.
Whereas somebody in South California, you know, um, probably going to speak Spanish.
Half
Yep.
of us speak a little bit of Spanish here in Texas.
yeah. Texas is a good one. I
Yeah.
mean, I was there years and years and years and years and years ago, and there wasn't that much Spanish, but there was definitely Spanish communities there. So, I mean, it wasn't. I wouldn't call it the mainstream by any means. So back then,
Yeah.
but I lived in Texas back in the middle of the civil rights movement, right? Like
Yes.
'67 and '68.
Jeez,
So I was
that must be rough.
You were an oil worker, right?
Well, I was a little white kid from Canada, and we
Uh-huh.
didn't know better. We didn't know anything about anything that was going on. We didn't know anything about races and all the rest of that.
That's
Maybe
what I
a
was saying.
little bit.
That must have been rough for you.
Well, it was, but I didn't know it because we were blissfully ignorant. We just we had never. It's hard to explain. We were never brought up in that atmosphere here.
Mm-hmm.
To me, black person was somebody who had darker skin than me. That was it. They were just
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
Mexicans, they were just people from Mexico. Right? I never had a bad thought about them. I never had any kind of thought about them except that they were cool. And it caused so much trouble for my family.
Yeah.
We first moved down there, and I got us kicked out of the townhouse. I'm sorry, I guess we were living in a big apartment complex at the time, but I got us kicked out because I had the temerity, oh my God, to speak to the pool cleaner. And the pool cleaner was Mexican, and he was totally cool. And he would show us his tools, and he'd let us, he'd let us do stuff with the pool cleaning, right? And operate the machinery. We just thought he was the coolest guy ever. And he got us kicked out because we had to do. I mean, I'm like, well, what? I didn't know that.
I'm happy to report that things aren't nearly as racist today in Texas as they were about 30
I'm
or
happy
40
about
years
that. That makes me
ago.
happy because
Yeah.
we got kicked out of the next place because I
Wait,
talked
wait,
to the
wait. Hold up, Chin. How many years ago?
I want to say 30 or 40 years ago. There was a lot of racism here in Texas. It seems that maybe I'm just not paying attention, but it seems like it's not as bad as it was.
I think it's starting to change, and I think in the last 20 years it's probably gotten much better. But I mean,
Yeah.
after we got kicked out because of the Mexican pool cleaner, we moved to another townhouse place, and I got kicked out because I talked to the black gardener, and you know, I
Wow.
just he used to tell me stories, right? Really cool, like I guess American stories, right? Black guy stories. I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call them. And I just thought he was the coolest guy ever. He was so cool, and he would let us water the plants, and we would hang out and all this stuff,
Mm,
right? And we just got kicked out. So, um,
that's unfortunate.
and I guess that the last one I remember is like my parents were oil and gas, right? My dad worked for oil and gas, Shell Oil, and so there was a whole ton of them in Midland where we
Of
were living at.
course.
They'd all been transferred there because it's an oil hub, and there's all kinds of British guys and Dutch guys and all these guys down there, all basically expats. So they had a party for the expats, and all the people who weren't American showed up at this big party, and there was one American couple, and I guess Canadians and the Germans and the Brits did what they did, and they were they had a few shots of this, that, and the other, and they all got half twisted, and they started making American jokes.
Oh
Well,
boy.
the American couple weren't going to have any of that. They reported the whole bunch of them, the entire party, to the FBI, and
What?
every expat there except for my parents um, got deported.
What?
Every single couple, yep, kicked right out of the country. And the only reason my dad didn't get kicked out of the country was A, he couldn't dance, and B, he couldn't tell a joke.
Oh.
He's just completely useless at it, so he wasn't telling any jokes.
Wow.
But like looking back on it, it was such an eye opener, and to have been in the deep south uh, in that time and in that place, I it's just weird when I look back and I
That's
read
just
things back.
crazy. It's crazy that things were like that.
Well, I do remember segregated bathrooms in schools and
Mm-hmm.
water fountains and all that crap. I remember that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
I remember my mom shooting me away from one fountain. I had to walk, half a block away down to get to the other fountain. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why do I, there's a fountain right there. Why do I have to? Well, we can't do that here. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, wow, this is just dumb.
well, I
Yeah, it
remember
was
all of
dumb.
that too.
It was
I remember
dumb.
all of that too. But I grew up in a um, minority community. Um, we all, we all, we all. I went to school. I started school during segregation. So
Mm.
we had black elementary school,
Yeah.
and it was junior high that desegregation started. And I remember we all had to, damn it, I could have went to my hangar. We all had to learn and by the end of sixth grade, you had to know the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, or you couldn't
Yeah.
graduate. Or you couldn't graduate because we didn't sing those songs in elementary school. We sung "To Be Young, Gifted, and Black" and other things, and we had other things we did when we had assembly. We never did assembly where we pledged allegiance to the flag and all that stuff. So we had to do all of that, and it was funny. But when I got to junior high, it was horrible. Um, we were bused into a junior high, Elizabeth Blackwell, and there was a high school about 4 blocks down, Richmond High School, that was all white. And if you missed the school bus and you had to take public transportation to get home, and a lot of us that were on teams, we were always there after school. It was a constant war just to get home, just to make it to the public bus. And that went on for my seventh grade year and the beginning of the seventh grade year. And midway through the seventh grade year, uh, the miniseries Roots came out. I don't know if y'all remember that, the original one with Alex Haley's
Oh
Roots
yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
And it changed our whole thought process of going to school. Where once we dreaded going to school, we couldn't wait to get to school.
Hmm.
And oh, it was awful for the rest of that year. It was awful. and we had police at the school every day. And,
Oh God.
oh man, we it was constant fights, constant fights.
Wow.
Oh, there's all that sort of built up anger that just gets out. It's like pull the cork
Yeah,
out of the fucking bottle, right? You can't put it back in.
yeah, yeah.
And
And
I can have
then
shit.
Mayor Lindsay and Councilman Adam Clayton Powell got Governor Rockefeller to sign a grant to it was to open up public ice skating rings all across the city and to set up leagues. And then we could all ice skate, but there were no rinks. And when they set up the leagues, it was awful. It was the roughest that had ever been happened. We were killing these guys. We were just the worst thing is they made you carry a stick. We didn't need sticks. And that league went on for 2 years, and then finally they said it was too much. I got all my stuff. You always wonder when you get a refinery order if it's going to load.
That's true.
But yeah, and I have my first white friend Timothy Donahue. We're still friends now. He's on probation, extortion. He's a Westie. I remember we were both on the football team and the hockey team, and we called each other Shade because white was a shade and black was a shade. And we would watch Roots. His dad would come bring him out to my house. My grandfather would bring me out to his house, and we would hang out and we would watch Roots. And I remember there was this one episode. This Chicken George had lost a cockfight, and he had to go live in England. I remember Tim calling me. He said I shouldn't come to school tomorrow, should I? I said, nah, I wouldn't if I was you, Tim. we still joke about that.
That's awesome. I struggle with racism in many ways because I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
But it wasn't racism in junior high. It wasn't racism. It was more ethnic because it
Yeah,
wasn't black white. It was the Italians against the Irish.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It was the
that
Polish against. Yeah, it was the Polish against the Polish against the Irish. It was crazy.
yeah, we had that a lot here with the Ukrainians, and
It was more like East Side. It was more like East Side Story.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Back in our day. I guess it was more. It wasn't race. It was ethnicity. That's a really good way to put it because that's very true. What it was. You never thought about.
I can tell another story. After football practice one day, me and Tim standing at the bus stop, and Vinny, I can't pronounce his last name today, but it's like 11 syllables. He's Italian. We're at the bus stop.
11 syllables. That's great.
Yeah, Vinny and three Italian guys walk by me. Vinny says, "What's up to me?" I know him. He says, "What's up to me?" And they all start swinging on Tim. Walked right by me. And so I jumped in and started helping Tim.
Oh, jeez.
So we all got arrested. And I had to explain to my grandfather, who is from Alabama, and all of this is foreign to him, how I helped a white guy fight another white guy. And I knew both white guys. And I had to explain all of that to him like 4 or 5 times. That was a rough conversation. What am I looking for? What's the Stanton. It's Stanton. Wormhole. Stanton. Yeah, that was a rough conversation. Stanton Gateway.
It sounds that way.
Because he kept asking me, he said, wait a minute. You were with a white boy, and some other white boys came, fight that white boy, and you got him and he's from Alabama, so this was just rough for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine
The
that.
Deep
too.
South.
Yep. I had to explain that several times. And that I knew them both, and they're both my friends. It was rough. Oh, come on.
One of my favorite memories of being in Texas was our nanny. Uh, I guess our babysitter. I don't know whatever the hell you want to call her. But she was a black woman, and when I say a black woman, I mean like a Nigerian black woman, like black. Take your worst shade of black and just multiply it by 100 times. She's so black, and she scared the shit out of me when I was like 6 or 7, whatever. Oh, she would tell us these crazy stories about how the boogeyman was gonna, if we didn't go to bed, the boogeyman would crawl into our rooms and rip our skin off and hang our skin on coat hangers and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Oh my god! I was terrified of her. Even in her own way, she was kind of fun, but oh my god, she was terrifying. Yeah, it just I guess growing up here, we were just never really introduced to all of that, so it was so foreign and so weird and so different, and I just kept getting us into trouble because of it. I guess looking back, it wasn't so bad, but um, I mean, it didn't do
It was
anything wrong, I
bad.
don't think, but
It was bad.
the reaction to it, I guess, was probably bad, but I just thought those people I was talking to were just the coolest people ever. They had really cool tools, and they got to play around with all the pool equipment and run the tractors and all the rest of it for the garden. And I'm just like, wow, this is really neat. And I didn't know you weren't supposed to talk to them. I had no idea.
I grew up with my grandparents, and our next door neighbor, Mr. Muhammad, was a mechanic, and that was my grandmother's pet peeve: grease or dirt under your nails.
Oh wow.
And
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I used to go help Mr. Muhammad. He was teaching me how to do things. I would hand him the right tool, and he'd show me how to do stuff. And I remember he let me change a starter in a '67 Chevy. He told me what to turn and how to get it out, and I got it out, and I got it in. My grandfather had just came home from fishing, and I remember running in the house to tell my grandfather. I must have been about 7 or 8. Running in the house to tell my grandfather I just changed the starter on Mr. Muhammad's car,
Oh
and
god.
but I had to pass my grandmother first, and
Oh
I just remember
no.
running by her to get to him, and her catching me by my collar, the back of my collar, and yanking me back. And she was just livid. Oh man, it was just a it was a brief flash of pain, and I came to in a bathtub.
jeez.
Uh
She went over and she cursed Mr. Muhammad out and told her to stay away from her son and all this stuff. It was awful.
oh good lord.
But I had grease all the way up to my elbows. I mean, I was in it.
I have to say my experience was a lot different being a white man growing up in Texas.
I bet it was.
But I don't imagine it was nearly as bad as what it was when y'all were growing up.
Well, there was just so much unrest, and there was so much I
Yeah.
didn't understand. Like my mom and dad would watch the news every night, and I was trying to follow what was going on. And there was a lot of stuff every day about MLK and
Yeah.
um,
Great
all of
man.
the Rosa Parks and all of the unrest and the marches, the lynchings and all the crap that was going on. I didn't understand much of any of it.
Yeah.
I tried to ask questions to my mom, and my mom just like, "There's no way I can explain this to you, kid. I
Right.
just can't." Um, it was just it was so foreign, so utterly foreign, and yet I think at the same time, um, I was probably as racist as any kid was back then, um, because there was certain levels of racism, if you want to call it that, that was normal for us at the time. Um, we sang songs with slurs in them and didn't
Yeah.
even realize that there was slurs in them. I mean, it was just we didn't have the context. We had the words, but we didn't have the context, and we didn't understand. We didn't know anything about it, but and yet
Right.
there we were. We were doing these, doing stupid rhymes, and there's little childhood dances and stuff, and you would just do this stuff, and it was never meant to ever to be hurtful. It was a childhood rhyme. And
Right.
you'd use it, and people would be like, "What are you doing? Oh my God!" And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Hmm.
Well, I didn't experience racism until I joined the military.
What?
I never, not even in as a kid. I mean, it was more ethnic. It didn't. It never appeared to me that it was black white because you would have two whites going at each other, or two Hispanics going at each other. I've have to say I've separated Puerto Ricans and Dominicans on my block more times than I separated Irish and Italians. It was never specifically black white until I joined the Navy. Then it was.
Wow. You
Even
know
in
what?
college, it wasn't.
The military was much less racist than where I grew up. It was a relief to be in the military when our drill sergeant would say, you know what, I don't want to hear any of this racist bullshit because a black man saved my life in Vietnam, stuff like that,
Yeah, I could understand that. But after basic, when you're just out there, it's a different story.
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
You know? And rank
There
has
was
changed.
some racism in the military, there was there was a little bit of racism, but I don't think it was as bad as what it was in society in general.
Nah,
Well, there was a time
At
when
least
anybody could join.
not where I grew up anyway.
There was a time way back when anybody could join the army, and you didn't need a high school diploma, and every hayseed, from every state and every place went and joined the army just because
Hmm.
they did, and that's what they did. Um, and so I think that there was much more potential for a lot of those stupid ideas, to get pushed into the military. But when education requirements started coming into it, and you couldn't join the army until you had a certain amount of education, I think that probably started to change minds a little bit. But I'm just shocked these days by how much there still is. I mean, we should be so far ahead of where we're at right now, and I'm so disappointed in the human race that we're not.
Well,
Makes me sad.
at the end of the day, we're all still freaking humans, That's the unfortunate thing about being human is that we're human. I don't subscribe to the theory that we're becoming better um, and more evolved. I don't subscribe to that theory. I think it's going to be this way forever. And
yeah.
it'll get
Late,
better and
late
it'll get worse, but there's a lot of racism towards Middle Easterners, a lot of it, especially in the circles I hang around with, because we're all Iraqi war veterans and shit, and most of them can't see past what happened on 9/11. I'm not that way. Hell, I dated a Middle Easterner I was engaged to marry a Middle Easterner, but that went south. I was with her for 6 years after I left the military. And some of my friends were like, "Where are you from?" Beirut? Wow, I served in Beirut in the Marine Corps, you know what I mean? And so it was kind of like that, but I don't, I'm not like that.
Well, the late great Ronald Reagan said it best. We're going to stay this way towards each other until something totally foreign threatens us all, and it'll have to
Yeah.
be from outer space. That'll be the only thing that'll unite us.
Yeah.
You're right.
A total
I'll be
foreign
honest,
threat.
I don't even know if that's going to unite us because we're human
Oh, I think
after
they
all.
would. Knowing humanity, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
stuff like that unites us now. You put four people in a room, and one of them is an asshole. Three of the four, they're united just because of the common hatred they have for the one person who's being an asshole.
Yeah, I
It
guess
happens all
so.
the time. It's just our nature.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of wisdom in that.
that makes sense. Ooh, Quantanium. Not very much of it, but there is some down there.
Look at us now. We're, for some reason we're ill with Canada. I'm still confused about that. But where is it? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? But when 9/11 happened, Canada was the first people that fucking mobilized to help us.
Yeah, they opened up Gander, the Gander Airport, and the city itself. Well, it's not even a city; it's just a big town. And they diverted all those flights up to Gander, and for like 3 weeks, a month, out of 2 months, whatever it was, um, Gander was hosting all of these people in their homes. They're putting up cots in their basement and shit. It was really cool. I was very proud of us.
Yeah. I didn't know about that. Of course, I was
Oh yeah,
I was in the
it was
middle of the
thing.
shit when all this was going down. When 9/11 happened, I was in Fort Polk getting ready to training to deploy to Bosnia. And then after I got back to Bosnia, we almost went straight to Kuwait for the invasion of Iraq. So,
Well, Gander has like something like 9,000 people in it as a population,
hmm
and there were 300 and some odd planes that got diverted to the Gander Airport because of fuel.
oh
Right,
shit,
planes that had come across the Atlantic but had nowhere to land, so they
right,
diverted them all into out of U.S. airspace, and they all
yeah,
wound up going to Gander. And all of those people, they landed there, but where are you going to go after that? So there was like 300 planes with 200 or 300 people on each. There was as
hmm
many people came to Gander as lived there originally. So the city doubled in size in like 24 hours. It was crazy.
wow,
And I don't know where they put all those planes, but holy shit.
yeah,
But yeah, we opened our doors wide on that one. It was like, come on, guys.
yeah,
You're hurting. Come on, get over here.
We tend to forget.
that's true.
That was easy enough. Whoop, 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 whoop.
On that note, I'm gonna go make some coffee. I'll be back in 5.
Cool,
Copy.
good
I've got the,
discussion. Good discussion, I tell you.
oh yeah, I've got the no scan bug.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make it to the wormhole. So here's hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping.
I'm at the
Go
gateway. Oh,
school,
there it is.
go school, go school,
Yeah,
go.
I see it. Let me try to get in position and try to activate my drive. Maybe I can make it through. If I don't make it through, I'll be pissed because I got a lot of gold on this ship.
Oh yeah.
I feel like last time I went to the left of this circle. Keep getting audible signals like I'm. I could be ready. A little closer. All right. Oh, I'm in the circle. Feel like I should be over to the side some more. There we go. I'm not quite lined up. All right. Let me physically get in position. Up, drifting, drifting, drifting. Line. Come on. Calibrate me. Oh, somebody's going in first. Oh, there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Entry requirements met.
There you go.
Tuning me up. I'm in.
In the wormhole. Where are you going? You going to Pyro or Stanton?
Stanton.
You,
Going to
oh,
sell
that's
the
right. You got your
gold.
gold from Ruin
Going to sell the
Station,
gold.
right?
Say again?
You're coming from Ruin Station, right?
Yeah,
We were in the same neck of the woods there for a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
To the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our
Oh,
storage
yeah.
facility. Please visit us again. Bye.
Fucking bubbles. All right, I'm on the Stanton side now. Blue skies. Fucking bubbles. Whoa. I hit the side.
Oh no, don't do that.
But I made it. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I made it. Cool. And I want to go to, where do you sell gold? Oh, Park L1.
Area 18. Best place
That's
to
where you
sell
go?
gold, yeah.
Right.
This UPS informed delivery.
I'm back, coffee and turtle.
I have made it to Stanton. And
Go
I'm
school.
on my way to area 18 to sell.
Nice.
Go old school. Go old school.
And after this, I'm changing back characters. I'm going back to old school. I think I'm going to try to scavenge me a little.
I might do that today too.
Got 2 hours before I need to make an errand, run an errand before it gets too damn hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s today.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I just got to run out.
Oh, it must be really rough being in the 90s. Oh my God.
Well, with the heat index, we'll push 100. I would know. I'm in the basement.
that helps.
Yep.
But I do have to venture out while it's still in the 80s. Well, it's in the 70s right now. High 70s. Well, let me see.
Are you in New York City right now, or is that where you are?
No, 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 no. I'm in Alabama.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think
Yes.
what kind of humidity and shit you have in New York City.
No, no, no.
I don't think. Maybe Alabama is really humid, is it?
It is, and we don't have humidity in New York. The air is just thick with dirt, and it feels like humidity.
I got you. Yeah. I haven't been to Alabama. There's a very clear line for me right down Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, down to Texas. Everything to the right of that line I've never been to. And everything to the left of that line I've been to many times.
Yeah.
Mm. Where is it? Tell me where you are. Oh, is that it?
Someone just ran into the station. I just heard a loud explosion.
Where are you? Oh, you're at Ruin.
I'm at Ruin.
Retrieval system.
I know that happens a lot at Checkmate.
Yeah.
Your vehicle has been visited.
Well, Ruin's got all those asteroids around it too, you know, that make it hard to navigate.
Now I have the bug where I have to.
Ooh, General Desperado raiding me with the party in 94. Hello, hello.
Hey, Jen. Good to see
Hi,
you.
girl.
We're getting raided. We're getting raided. Everyone get to cover.
My favorite
Everyone
Australian.
get to cover.
Yeah, how about that? Wow.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome. We're being raided. Hey, General Desperado, thanks for coming by, man. This is awesome. This is awesome.
I don't know if Jen even remembers me, but I've been a Jen fan forever. So welcome in, guys.
Yeah. 07, guys. 07. Welcome to the channel. Just got affiliated yesterday. Big thanks to General Desperado for that.
Yeah, that put quite a bump in your.
Thanks for coming
analytics,
by,
so
General
keep that.
Desperado. You're the man. I owe it all to you, man. I'm gonna have to return the favor again sometime.
Get off my ass and subscribe.
Thanks, Bandit. Oh, you're gonna subscribe to my channel?
Yeah. I just
Cool.
have to keep reminding myself. I only watch you at work, but I can't do it at work. I have to do it at home. But when I'm at home, I'm
Yeah.
in the verse. That's why I said I need to get off my ass.
We're getting raided. We're getting raided. Everyone get to cover. Everyone get to cover. Thanks for the follow.
Alright, this is exciting. I'm so excited, I don't know what to do. Do I mine or do I go, I don't know.
Mine for your people, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna mine. It's mining mornings, guys. You joined me in the middle of mining mornings. That's what we do in the mornings around here. We go mine on Terminus. Looking for Stellarin.
Fuck. I'm in a
When I-
9-minute queue.
When I came back to Star Citizen a few years back, I sort of reintroduced myself to the game through Star Citizen streamers.
Yes.
You guys like Sam I Am, used to watch him all the time, and Jen. Those were my top two. Guys.
Nice.
They basically kind of retaught me the whole game from scratch. It was great.
How long ago was that, Twidget?
2016, something like that, a long time
Oh,
ago.
wow. General Desperado's been
2017
around for a whole minute.
Well, Jen's been around
Cheers,
forever.
General
He's OG,
Desperado.
man.
I was just loading in then. Just starting it in.
I didn't start playing until frickin'... Whoa, come on, get out of... I didn't come in until like 4 or 5 months ago. Almost 5 now.
I think it was 2015, 2016. I got the game, and we had a fire, and the last thing we after we rebuilt the house with computers. It was like 2 or 3 years later I got back in, and Castle Black was the guys whose videos I was watching.
Yeah,
I joined his Discord, and that's how I learned about the game through Castle Black. And he was part of Northfield at the time,
yeah.
and then he sent me to Northfield. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I was playing Elite Dangerous, God help my soul. And we're in there doing frickin' those boring ass. Well, they were exciting to me at the time, especially since I was in VR. But we were doing those supply runs, running commodities and stuff. And Stubby was in there, and he was talking to me and Rebel about Star Citizen, in which I had a had a fledgling interest in Star Citizen for a number of years, but everyone talked about how it was a scam and this and that, blah blah blah. And so I never got into it until Stubby started talking about it, and I'm like, maybe now's the time. And so I went out and bought Star Citizen that night, downloaded it, and started playing, and that's when I joined Northfield. That was almost 5 months ago.
Been a hell of a good 5 months, though, hasn't it?
It's been a great 5 months. And look, I got a new computer, I'm streaming, I got affiliate, I'm really learning the game. It's a great game. Yeah.
It's the only game.
Yeah, I had someone come on my TikTok feed yesterday and say, it's still Scam Citizen. It looks like fun, but it's really too highly technical. And it's like, well, if it looks like fun and you're not playing, well, maybe you're the one getting scammed,
It sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, that sounds like you. Yeah, exactly. It's not my problem. I am having fun. I love this game.
Even through all the bugs and the crap and the bullshit.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow.
Even through
Not-
all the
not a lot of
bugs.
game you want to play. It's just the
Yeah.
way it is.
No game I want to play more. I go into withdrawals when the servers go down for maintenance. I'm like, what do? I've got all these other games to play. I don't want to play any of them. I just want the servers to come back up. Hell, I got a VR headset. I don't even want to play with that.
I play Star Citizen, and when it goes down or gets really, if it's a really crappy patch that hasn't been in a while, I'll play Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield's a good game. I enjoyed Starfield, but it's not.
That was the one advantage
not
I had
Star
of being
Citizen.
poor, is I never had the opportunity to buy Starfield, and I'm so happy about that.
I have not checked out the new Star Citizen VR
It's a good
thing,
story.
Bandit. What's with that?
If you ever played a Bethesda game, it's pretty much the same, but they do a lot of trolling in this one.
Yeah, that's the problem that I have with it. Is it's a Bethesda game. It looks
Right.
to me like every Bethesda game ever.
It's
Yeah,
like
so-
playing Fallout in space.
Yeah, exactly. I played Fallout 4 for the first time.
Thanks,
during the
Bandit. I'm gonna
pandemic.
check that
We had
out.
to work from home, and we couldn't go anywhere. My son had it on the Xbox, the old game.
All right, I think
I
we're ready.
wiped all of his info and started fresh. I had never played it before. It was fun, and then they started advertising for Starfield. I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. I've enjoyed it. It's a good break.
Bandit on Twitch has said sent me a link for the VR setup for Star Citizen.
You don't want
And
to play this in VR. do
I
you?
know. I thought about that, and when I first started playing Star Citizen, I'm like, I'm having so much fun playing freaking Elite Dangerous in VR. Maybe I should try it in Star Citizen. But the problem with that is I'm using the keyboard and mouse for some functionality. And then when I'm out walking around in my spaceship or outside or wherever or doing first person shooter, I'm using a gamepad. And then when I'm flying, I'm using a HOTAS. I can't do all that in VR. I'd be lifting up the headset all the time to see where my peripherals are.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot.
I bet this game is great in VR, though. I bet it looks amazing. I thought about getting a head tracker.
I thought about that too. I am constantly thinking about it, but I wear glasses, and I heard it doesn't really work that well if you wear glasses.
VR.
Yeah.
Well, the head tracking
No,
itself,
the Toby.
Oh, okay.
it sends signals to your eyes, right? And the glasses will reflect that, and it throws
Oh,
it all off.
yeah.
So it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I wear glasses, but I don't wear when I'm playing because, well, I noticed that when I started streaming, the glare on my glasses, people couldn't see my eyes. So I stopped wearing glasses. My eyes aren't that bad. I can still see fairly well up close. Stuff. I wear glasses because my night vision keeps me from being able to, like when I'm driving, I have a hard time with depth perception if I'm not wearing glasses. And that's pretty dangerous on a motorcycle, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd say. I'm still thinking about getting it. I read an article. Somebody
Hey, Brawley
said
Smash.
there's a setting that you can use.
Toby, what's
and
Toby? Is that a head tracker?
Depending on the distance to your face, it'll still work. I got to check that out. But I've considered it.
Y'all know what Toby is?
No.
Brawley Smash is in my stream. He's telling me that Toby works with his glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, might be something to check out.
R. Brawley?
Yeah, our Brawley Smash. Yeah, he's watching the stream
Okay.
right now.
I'll ask him about it. I wonder if he's got the glasses that are specific for computer glare. Maybe that could be it.
Oh yeah, that might be true. Yeah, Brawley, are your glasses good for computer glare?
Specific for it?
Yeah.
A lot could be the shape of the glasses. Aviators are completely different shape than horn rims or whatever.
Right.
Depends on the curve of your lenses and all this stuff that goes into it. I know that Toby's gotten better than it used to be. And Toby, what's the other one? Toby and
I don't even know.
the other one, but they have
We have
both had their opportunities to be bad with glasses and contacts and stuff like that.
We have the head tracker. I haven't tried that either. If any of you?
I would want a head tracker because it would drive me crazy if I looked with my eyes and the whole screen moved. You know, I would want to look with my head and still be able to focus on what I want to look at on the screen with my eyes.
Well, just about all of the really good pilots swear by them. Most of them
Yeah.
use head tracking of some sort. I guess it makes their awareness better, spatial awareness better. So
Yeah, situational
how
awareness is
can you argue
important
with
in a
it, right?
dogfight.
I mean, it would make me crazy, but
I've seen it
I
in
know
use,
you
but
use it.
the little deal with the little bubbles around it, if you're watching somebody stream, that's annoying.
Yeah.
And then some streamers think it's cool, but it's not to me.
Yeah. I
I
don't
used to get
know.
a kick out of the videos I saw where when the head tracking first sort of started becoming mainstream, there's all these videos of guys looking at things on the internet with their head trackers on, and one of them shows where your eyes are. It's got little circles around where your eyes are actually pointing.
Oh,
It's
wow.
always on women's chests. Right? Everything that comes on, swapping between their chest and their ass and their chest and their ass,
Yeah.
up to the face, down to the ass, down to the chest.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
face ass, chest. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's where I'm looking. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, it is what it is.
That's why female characters are so popular in World of Warcraft, because most of them are played by men, just because they can look at the ass.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
That is creepy. I always
It is
play
pretty
with
creepy,
the.
but at the same time, if you're going to be on a character for 14 hours a day, why would you want to,
That's why do you think Tomb Raider was so popular?
male, why not choose the female?
I watched this show called Black Mirror. It's from the UK.
Oh yeah, that's a great show. I like that show.
Yeah. Season 5, episode 1, Striking Vipers.
I didn't get past season 4, unfortunately.
Just go straight to season 5, episode 1, and watch Striking Vipers.
Okay, maybe one day when I
Okay.
renew my Netflix subscription.
Your turret. Yeah.
We got rid of all our streaming services. There's just rip-offs anymore. The only ones we still have are Paramount because we get it with is Paramount is let's see, one of them we get with our Walmart subscription, and one of them we get with our with another subscription we have.
I have a service that I pay $25 a month for. I have everything.
Really?
Yeah, it's on my Fire Stick. I can give you the information. Aaron's a good guy. He's on.
Yeah.
You reach him by Facebook, but you can't reach him during the weekends. He's only does stuff during the week. He's a working guy.
Oh, okay.
I've got all the HBOs, all the Cinemaxes, all the Showtimes,
Yeah.
all that crap. I have it mostly for sports, and I get a lot of good movies too, new movies.
Yeah.
I just watched the Thunderbolts, and I think something else new is in
What'd
it.
you think of Thunderbolts?
Well, okay. That's all I
Yeah.
can say.
That's about the way all the Marvel movies are anymore. Is okay. They used to be really
Yeah.
spectacular. Now they're just kind of okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And the best to me, the best part was the very end when they saw the ship and it was the Fantastic Four. It makes me want to watch that now.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four looks like it might be good. I might have to check that one out.
I just want to know how they got to the future. I'm
Yeah.
starting to see it now because the Thunderbolts is now or wherever it is, and
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is set in the '60s.
Yeah. Craziness.
So I'm interested in that. But other than that, it was okay. It was funny.
Yeah. My sister liked that. I didn't see Thunderbolts. I haven't seen Thunderbolts. I haven't seen the new Captain America movie.
I enjoyed that. Did you see no. Did you see any of the mini stuff?
The television stuff?
Falcon and Winter
I
Soldier.
watched like the first 2 episodes and lost interest.
Oh. You have to in order to appreciate the movie, you have to see it all.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have
wait a minute,
Disney
wait a
Plus,
minute.
so I've watched all of those things, and some
Yeah.
of them have just been utter garbage. And there's
Yeah.
been some bright spots in there, but most of the newer stuff is just terrible.
Yeah, everything after Endgame is just like, dude, it's like Marvel movies had their heyday and now it's over,
Endgame was brilliant. That and Infinity War, best 2 movies ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When
The only
Thanos
problem with
started
Endgame is Endgame set them up for failure because they killed off all the great heroes. It's like, okay,
Well,
what now?
they got that whole multiverse thing going, so it's not like they're gone.
No. Well, and that's the thing about Secret Wars that's coming up. Is it Secret Wars still or Doomsday or
Yeah,
something?
it's
Yeah,
Avengers.
whatever.
That might be good. That might be.
Well, Deadpool Wolverine set it up
Hmm.
because they proved, not proved, but they said, look, we're gonna do this. Wolverine ain't dying. I don't care what you say. He's gonna be doing this shit till he's 90.
Yeah,
Pull him
till
out
you're
of-
90.
Yeah, we'll just pull him out of a different universe and suit him up.
Yeah.
So everybody's coming back, no matter who's dead.
Well,
Unless
my
you-
understanding is Doctor Doom is supposed to be some kind of freaking Tony Stark alter ego,
Exactly.
where Tony Stark just went super evil,
Yep. See, they've got it set up so anything's
and
possible.
he's gonna have all the original Avengers on his squad, except they're gonna be evil, So that
All
might be
possible
interesting.
now. Yeah.
They used Deadpool and Wolverine, that movie, to pull the TVA into the mainstream.
Yeah.
I think the problem they had before that was there was a lot of story revolved around the TVA,
Yeah.
You-
but it never made it outside of Loki.
You know what? I have a hard time watching the television series stuff, but Loki was actually pretty good. I watched all of Loki. I did
I like
enjoy
Loki.
Loki. And I like his character. I like Loki's character. It's a dynamic character, you know.
The What Ifs tied a lot of it into the multiverse also. If you ever watched the animated What Ifs, they're pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah, I've seen one of them. They're,
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
also
get
used
into
to
the
collect
what
the What If
ifs.
comics, right? So you know, it's pretty
Yeah.
to see
The
that
ones
kind of
on
stuff.
the ones on Disney Plus are really good. There's going to be a miniseries, a What If miniseries about one of the episodes on What If, because they did a What If episode on zombies.
Hmm.
What if the Avengers became zombies? And it was a damn good episode, and it was so good. There's going to be a miniseries.
I got a
on-
question for you, Twidget.
Yeah.
When you have new people on the Discord, how do you identify those guys to make them
Yeah,
member?
When you have what?
When you have new members on the Discord that aren't like members yet, that can't see all the channels, how do you identify those guys?
Oh, click on your general chat, which gives access to everybody. And
Yeah.
everybody there that's in white is a new member that hasn't had a role yet.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Let me look at this real quick. General. Okay, so there's no new members. Yep, got it.
Yeah, because once they get the role, they get the role color that I set up for them
I fucked that up.
with the member or whatever. The member is blue, you know,
Yeah.
the red young guys are purple, blah 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 blah. Once they get a role, they get a color. So if they're white or gray, you know, that sort of dead gray, then they have no roles yet.
These people on my stream are slacking. Y'all need to join my Discord. Old school, you're in my Discord, you're purple. You got a special tag.
That's
You're
right.
the only
I
guy
begged
with
for
the
it.
special tag. I like
Yeah, I
it.
cried for that. I'm proud to say I cried for that.
How come I can't be purple? Man.
Damn right.
That's fun.
Well, the problem was that on Chin's Discord, only mods were purple, but you didn't want to be a mod because you didn't want to do anything. So I had
was
to create
honest.
a special role,
Yeah,
and I
there you
called it
go.
special. If you look on your roles on there, it's called special.
You didn't want to
What's
do
up?
anything, and then you let them make you an officer in Northfield. What the hell's up with that? I don't get it. Now you got to train people how to salvage and stuff.
But we made you
Hard.
purple.
Yep.
Ready
I
to
found
take you
some
out anytime
Rissite.
you're ready, Chin.
Found some
Okay, that's it.
Rissite.
Right.
I found some gold.
Now to sell.
All this talk about Jen has got me thinking about the old days when I first came back into the Star Citizen, and I was trying to think of streamers that I used to watch back then. And there was one I joined an org called Scarlet Order. Really, really good players. They were way, way above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But one of the, I think it was Henkel. I think it was Henkel. He's a crazy man. Don't ever get that way, Jen.
Okay, I'll try not to. What?
Okay.
Describe it so I know what not to do.
If you took
Because I might do it otherwise.
if you took a power cable out of a nuclear station and shoved it up your ass, that would be Henkel. That guy had so much energy. He just never stopped. He would stream for like 8 hours in a row, and he was dancing and he's jumping up and down and he's doing all. I've never seen energy like that in a streamer before.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna try not to
and
do
he was one of
that.
my favorites for a long time.
Yeah. See, 46.9% Rissite in this rock. It's not that much, but I'm gonna take it.
Something ain't right.
Yeah, Henkin. That was it. HENKEN. Henkin. I think he still streams. I don't know. I haven't seen him for a long time. Really good streamer. Really good guy.
Yeah.
I got to talk to him quite a bit when I was in Scarlet Order. He was there with me. I used to hang out quite a bit.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with him.
Nice.
I just wish I could have found a power switch where I could just turn him off once in a while. Turn down the energy a little bit.
Turn down the energy.
Oh, he's
Too
crazy.
much.
Too much. Yeah.
Let's try it now. All selected. Let's move you over. All right. Transferring the
I'll
warehouse.
tell you what, with this raid this morning, if I hadn't made affiliate yesterday, I sure as hell would have made it today.
I think when I retire, I may consider streaming.
You're not retired? I thought you were. Oh, that's right. You just talked about how you watch my stream at work. Retirement is awesome. I highly recommend it. What's really awesome is I retired at the age of 42 or 43.
Back to lone you suck and we all hate you. I had to work my ass off for another 12 years to get retired. So you
Yeah.
suck.
I could have retired 12 years ago, but I didn't have anything to do.
When I got out of the military, I tried to start a business, ride sharing business, and it failed miserably, and I went bankrupt, and I decided, you know, I can make more money sitting on my ass, so that's what I decided to do.
And here we are today. So good choice, man.
Yeah,
Good
it was a good choice. Now maybe I'm coming out of retirement. I just filled out tax forms yesterday for being affiliate, so maybe I'm gonna become
Oh yeah, for your onboarding, yeah.
yeah, maybe I'm gonna become a contributing member of society again.
Well, you know, now you're on Twitch. You're like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Which is what I did when I got out of the army. I was trying to, you know, I started by doing, I started doing Uber, and then I bought me one of those black Chevy Suburbans because I was going to do Uber Black, and I thought, well, I'll do my own chauffeur service, and that failed miserably. And Uber Black wasn't doing anything for Uber's a ripoff for everybody but the people who own the software and the people who ride. It's pretty good if you're riding, but it's not good if you're actually driving people around. It's fun for about the first 5 minutes because it feels like you're playing a video game with a real car, you know?
GTA.
Wow.
Yeah. But once the new wears off, you start having to pay for maintenance on your car and shit, then you realize how much of a ripoff it really is. All the oil changes and the tire rotations and shit, and you know, and then new tires and having to align your wheels and all that shit. It gets expensive, and it just wasn't worth it.
Don't be so rough on your car, man.
Yeah.
Or is that why you switched to the motorbike?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Right. Well, what are you? Rock? 19% gold. No,
Last time I tried anything entrepreneurial was probably just from when I was moving from showbiz to computers.
mm,
I started a computer tutoring company
yeah.
back in 1989 or 1990.
Yeah.
The 286 had just come out, and I was teaching myself DOS, and I realized that I could make some money teaching people how to do this stuff that I was learning, so I did. And it worked out pretty well.
Nice. I love entrepreneurs. I love small business, you know.
Well, I'd had my fill of showbiz up to that point, and I was so disenfranchised with the whole thing. You know, all the politics and the bullshit that you have to go through just to get a job for 3 or 4 months. It was more work to get work than it was worth.
Yeah.
So I figured, you know, and I fell in love with computers. Like within 10 minutes of seeing a friend of mine's had a XT 8088, and he was connected to a BBS, a bulletin board that had 16 people on it. And you could chat in text to those 16 people.
Right.
And I was hooked. Like 10 minutes, I was totally hooked, and changed everything. I quit showbiz. I stopped DJing. I stopped doing all the rest of it. No more radio, no more TV, no more doing any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
And I threw myself into computers in a big way. And eventually I wound up in like tech support for like 30 years. So, yeah.
And you were very good at it.
Yes, I was. I was very good at it. And then you got T-boned in an intersection by a lady in a black van. That was the end of
Bitch.
that. Yeah, that's the short version. Yeah, but I loved computers. I loved it in the early days, especially. Um, 'Cause you couldn't go to Walmart, you couldn't go to Best Buy, you couldn't get there. There were no computer stores except little bits and pieces. You could get a Radio Shack, but
Yeah.
everything else you had to go to computer swap meets for, and computer
Yeah.
clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd get to know some of the local computer geeks, and they had parts that they had brought in or whatever, or they had deals and stuff. I just loved them. It was amazing.
Oh shit! It's not the Valkyrie. Unload. They unloaded all this shit. Cause I'm cheap.
Cheap ass.
Hell yeah. I am cheap. I'll unload my stuff.
Where's this rock? It's still.
I'm going to co-op your stream for a second. Northfield is looking for medics. If anybody wants to be a medic, come join Northfield.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, if y'all want to join Northfield, the link is in the description of the stream. We need medics. We need security guys. We need medics. We
Yep.
need industrial guys. People who want to mine like I am, Join Northfield. We do all this stuff.
I'm the new salvage manager. I can teach you how to salvage. and
Yeah,
scavenge.
old school, who's in Discord with me right now. He's our salvage guy. Come talk to him. Salvaging is fun. We love it.
More enthusiastic. God damn.
I'm gonna go salvage later today while you're bullshit. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Twitchit?
I was just saying, then there's that Twitchit guy that's runs the freaking medical department. The
Oh
whole thing.
yeah, don't forget about Twitchit. You already
You
got
see
your
how
plug, Twitchit.
enthusiastic he was just now?
Medical makes me very enthusiastic. I love
Well,
it.
Twitchit's a very, Twitchit's a very important guy. I gotta be enthusiastic when it comes to Twitchit.
Hey, fuck you.
What? Oh, come on.
Oh, here we
Hurt my
go.
feelings.
I'm sorry, old school. I'm a human. Unfortunately, I do that from time to time. Nothing was intended.
One of those days you just can't win for losing.
That's right. I can't win. Yesterday was the day I couldn't win, dude. I had to power through that mining stuff that I was doing with the Borsite or whatever it was.
Yeah, how long did it take you to get it done?
It took me almost the whole frickin' day.
You got it all right.
I got it all. Oh, excuse me. I got it all. I did get it all. I got everything I needed. 2.4 SCUs of this stuff.
Nice.
Not too shabby, Mr. Shield.
That was a
Sold
lot.
my-
It was a lot. And
sold
it
my
wouldn't have
gold and
taken
my
me so
best.
long, but the damn Asgard cut my head off once, and I had to fuel bug once.
See, now that's the funny thing. I've been on other people's Asgards because I don't have them. But I've been up and down that ladder many times, and it's never touched me.
Well,
But
when
I
you
got
own
that
one
all.
and you're going up down several times a day, Twidget.
Well, somebody mentioned that yesterday. I was talking to somebody about it. They said, well, you're not the owner. You can go up there all you want.
Yeah.
But if
You
you
know,
own it,
when you're a vet,
really?
just a
Oh,
visitor,
it's only
okay.
if you own it.
It's only if you own it.
Huh. That's
And if
not
you don't
fair.
press that button.
Yeah, I'm pressing that button every time from now on.
I've got my my inner thought going as I'm walking up to it. I'm inching up to it, and as soon as it lights up, I'm pressing it and going.
Yeah, that's the way you got to be.
You got play smart, play safe. What we say in medical: play smart, play safe.
Yeah, that's a good motto. I like it. I might put that on a t-shirt. I'm looking for good mottos to put on our next Veteran Nation t-shirt that we're selling. We decided we're going to do a motto next to like a slogan or something, like fuck around and find out or something like that.
I have a
Pilot.
motto. I have a motto for you, Jim Shield.
What is it?
If at first you don't succeed, skydiving probably isn't for you.
That's right. That's right. That's a good one. I like it. But I don't think a group of veterans are going to buy that. I got to come up with a different motto. You know, I'll tell you what was funny on the t-shirts this year. Every year there's vendors selling t-shirts at Nationals, right? Well, the Circle R is like really important to Nationals because we got IP, you know, the Scully and the what we're you know, Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, CVMA. It's all registered trademarked, right? And they've made a huge deal about this Circle R that it's so much that the members hate it. So, and then like the other part of what I'm going to tell you is that there's a card swipe every time when you go to vote. You have to swipe your Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association ID card. And so there's a t-shirt that said, I'm only here for the swipe. And on the R, it was a Circle R. The R in here, it was a Circle R. Everyone was buying those t-shirts. They weren't buying my damn t-shirt, so they were buying those ones.
I'm only here for the swipe.
I'm only
That's cool.
here for the swipe. That's right. That was the big slogan at Nationals this year. See, I need a t-shirt like that.
So what are the people in your group? What do they ride usually?
All kinds of stuff. I want to say about 60 or 70% ride Harleys, but you got a lot of Indian riders. You got a lot of people who ride foreign sports bikes.
Any trikes?
Yeah, a lot of trikes. A lot of trikes.
I love trikes. Trikes are
I
awesome.
probably can't ride a motorcycle anymore, but I probably could ride a trike.
Yeah, my next motorcycle will probably be a trike.
Yeah, trike wouldn't be so hard because you don't use different muscles. Like you're not using the small of your back to constantly shift your weight, you know, microscopically as it were, you know, for your balance. You're just sitting back and having fun. I love trikes to death though. I would love to have a trike.
Do y'all got the cool jackets with the sleeves cut off?
The vests, yeah, we wear vests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the colors, man. It's the colors.
I posted some pictures of the national bike meet there on the Discord under biker stuff or whatever that channel you made was, Twitch. I posted some of that stuff. You could see pictures of us.
Yeah, looks like a pretty motorcycle-y group.
Yeah, it's very motorcycle.
Wait a minute. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in your personal thing. Hold on. Oh, there it is.
So up here, every now and then we see a motorbike called Victory. Do you guys ever have them down there?
Yeah, we got Victories. We got a lot of people who ride Victories. I don't want to say a lot, but there's a few people that ride Victories in our group. Yeah.
And they're pretty popular on Canada's west coast. I haven't seen Victories in the east.
The Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is a pretty big organization. I can't tell you how big because it's like, you know, it's association business, but it's pretty widespread. You know, it's pretty
got
big.
skulls on your backs.
Yeah, that's the Scully. That's registered trademark. That's what they're all like. You can't. In order for me to make a T-shirt or something with that Scully on, it's a big hassle. You got to go through a license of use agreement and all kinds of stuff so that people can be licensed to manufacture your stuff for sale back to you. Like they can't just use that Scully and sell it to anybody they want to. You know.
I'm a veteran. I want to join.
You have to own a motorcycle that's over 500 cc's. That's the requirements to join.
That's all.
Yeah, and you
I'm a
have
big
to
guy.
you have
I'm a
to
big
be a
guy. I would need one.
yeah, to serve in a to be a full member, you have to have served in a combat zone, and to be a support member, you have to have a sponsor uh, who's a full member, and you have to be a veteran. You can be a support member if you're a veteran.
So
We
how
didn't
do you
have
prove all of that stuff, Chen?
we,
When you
we did,
like you
it's
walk
in
in,
your
you go,
it's in your
here's
military records.
Yeah,
okay, but like,
you have to provide your military records. So
Yep.
your
Yeah.
DD 214, which is your uh, proof of service. It has all your
Yeah. Yeah. It
awards
has
and
all that stuff
military
in there.
service on it.
does it have all your like service locations and all that crap?
Yeah, it's got all that
Yeah.
stuff
Oh,
on
good.
it.
Yep.
Or if you're still active duty, you can be a member too, and then they'll look at your I don't know if it's a 201 file anymore, but it used to be a 201 file when I was in the military. I think they got a new form now.
I was in the, I was in from 82 to 88.
Yeah.
So there was no combat then.
It's a great organization. We do a lot to help out veterans and stuff.
I just want the jacket. I don't really want to do anything.
I just
Right.
imagine
Just,
that.
I'm just
You
fucking
just
with
want to
you.
show up for bike night and drink beer like half our other members, I know.
I want to be cool. That's great.
Hey fellas, I'm gonna run my errand while it's still in the high 70s. I'll be back in about an hour.
Okay.
When I get back, Twitch, you want to do some scavenging or something?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I might do
I'll see
some
you guys later.
scavenging with you too, man.
I'm
Get
gonna
out.
get a break as well. I'm gonna go grab some breakfast, but I will be back. Maybe we can go out and do some work in the verse.
Okay,
Sounds good.
guys.
All right, see you in a bit.
See y'all
See
later.
you later. Bye, stream. Have a good one.
Bye.
Northfield, remember that.
Yeah, join Northfield. Be a medic or a scavenger. Hell yeah. All right, we're about done mining for the day. Go back to Ruin Station and turn in this last mining order to the refinery.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
I want to thank General Desperado again for raiding me again on my stream.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. Those of y'all from America, I understand that this audience might be mostly Australian, but if you're in America, I hope you had a good 4th of July. I went to bed early, and amazingly, the fireworks didn't wake me up. My dogs didn't wake me up is even more amazing than that. But you know what? It was raining last night, so I think that might have put the damper on some of the fireworks. Which means people are probably going to be shooting off fireworks today to make up for it.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved and visited again.
And I need to drink some Cruise Lux. My guy's starting to look a little peaked. Go, man, pull out your Cruise Lux. You need to drink Cruise Lux. You need water, Cruise Lux, or something. Don't want you passing out on me. There we go, 100% hydrated. 100%. X-Light, Gold, Terranite, Risite. Go to my little mining ledger. Hey, Crash, what's up? Doing a little mining this morning. Stand by, let me fill out this mining ledger. 7, 5. Oh, shoot. Gotta take this picture right here. Hope you're doing good, Crash. Uh, 0842. 12 hours and 5 minutes. Wrist side 132. Gold 841. Terranite 252. And Baxolite 886. There we go. Build out the mining ledger. Glad to hear you're relaxing today. Did you have a good 4th of July, or are you not American? I don't know, Crash. What's your story, man? Do you have any good do you have a good 4th of July? Yeah, I spent all day playing Star Citizen personally.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Vehicle has been delivered.
Yeah, my net worth went down too. Nice, Crash. Got some new ships. I got a new ship yesterday. I pledged a Vulture. You know, I had $450 of store credit, so I went ahead and bought a Vulture with it. That's pretty cool, huh? Now I got 2 Vultures, one in game and one I pledged, and then I get to start 4.1 with Vulture. Yeah, I like the Vulture. I'm gonna go out and do some. I'm probably gonna go out and do some salvage with it later on. Look at all that cargo. Pull out my trusty max lift. Come on, snap to grid, damn it. There we go. Right, back to the game. Yep, got me a Vulture, baby. So far, nothing's come out but Terranite. I know I mined more than just Terranite yesterday. What the hell? I just got thrown. Lots of Terranite I picked up yesterday, gentlemen. There's something different. Gold. The hell? Quantanium. Got me some Quantanium. Sure, mined a buttload of Terranite yesterday. There's some Stellarin. I knew I'd mine some Stellarin. Set that aside. That's going somewhere different. Explore SU Stellarin. More Quantanium. Nice. More Quantanium. I didn't realize I'd gotten so much Quantanium yesterday. Way to go, me. More Quantanium. That's like 12 SU of Quantanium I've loaded up so far. Alright, let's go. Is that it? Yeah, that's all of it. Let's avoid getting killed by the Asgard today. Gonna push this button so I don't get killed. Open. Yes.
Infant aerospace. All systems online. Landing gear raised. Shields offline. Quantum drive.
Alright. I'm gonna take a bio break. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Hey, doggies. Hello, Peppa. Hello, Peppa. Hello, Peppa. Sweet doggy.
Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a summary of the recent Star Citizen Live earning in the verse, where CIG devs talked about mission rewards, UBC, looting, crafting, effort versus reward, the economy, and the
I'll watch that later. I don't want to hear that crap. Maybe you do. Go check it out on YouTube. Something about the new economy system. And I think they're updating the storage system. It's a long trip to Stanton Gateway, I tell you what, yawn. I got two doggies over there, look. There's the doggies. There's the doggies. There's the doggies. There, one of them came to say hi to me. Hello, doggy. Jump gate is open. Just like that, we're going in. Oh no, we're in Pyro. It didn't work. Oh, no, we're in Stanton. We are in Stanton. Okay, good.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum fuel is at 75%. Is now off.
We're going to Area 18 to sell off our stuff that we mined yesterday.
Quantum drive is now on.
You're